Welcome back, everybody, to the Fixed Ops Mastermind podcast. Today, we are excited to welcome our guest, David Meltzer. David, welcome to the Fixed Ops Mastermind podcast.
I am so excited to be here. This is a great crowd and a great topic. So thank you for having me.
Awesome. We appreciate you being here and spending some time with and sharing some of your wisdom with us. So I wanted to ask about how you got your education on money. So I had heard a story about you buying a golf course or buying land and having a golf course built by Sam Snead, which was the first one he ever designed, and that you then went on to be very successful with that, but that you leveraged against that to the point that it didn't go well. So what changed after that taught you how to not allow that to happen again?
For me, number one, it was the buildup to be able to be in a position to partner in the golf course, and it became the 8th best course with Sam Snead. But what really occurred was my ego. And I know this may be a little bit obtuse, but it was seriously the ideas and the people that I surrounded myself with. I had a need to be right, which cost me a fortune. I had a need to be offended, which cost me a fortune. I had a need to be inferior, which cost me a fortune, and need to be angry, anxious, frustrated, worried, resentful, which cost me a fortune. And so the decisions that I made were in an ego-based consciousness, not in the consciousness of these 4 values. The difference in my life was I was always talented in sales, right? I have one of the #1 private sales coaching groups. I have one of the top executive sales trainings, all the stuff in sales. I've been doing it since I was a kid, naturally. Since 24, been a millionaire, made in sales, 9 months out of law school, made $1 million selling. So sales was always my capability, but I didn't do it the right way. I believed the more I gave, the more I would receive. I didn't understand. I thought everything in the world was a negotiation, a trade. It was some sort of scarce world of either when I was a child living in a world of not enough as a victim where everything happened to me and I was always in a state of why me. Then I moved as a millionaire to a frequent world of many millionaires called the world of just enough, where everything was for me. I would give to receive, negotiate, trade to receive. But that world is a world where people buy things they don't need. They buy more things when they're not happy that they don't need. If they're still unhappy, they buy different things they don't need. And then they buy things to impress people and even buy things to impress people they don't even like. And so moving from the world of not enough to just enough, I realized through gratitude, which gave me perspective that allowed me, no matter what pain occurred in my life, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, financial pain occurred, that I didn't have to go to those ego-based emotions, that I could live with one, gratitude. I could find the light, the love, and the lessons in that pain. I could find instead of being a stop sign that caused me to accelerate in the wrong direction, I use it as a turn signal to turn me in the right direction to something bigger, better, in a better situation or make my situation better. And then 2, forgiveness. If I was going to be the hard-hitting person that enjoyed the consistent, everyday, persistent, without quit pursuit of my potential, then I was going to make a ton of mistakes, pay the dummy tax like I did with the golf course. But I was now going to forgive myself so I could live at peace, so I didn't create more interference, void, shortages, and obstacles, in which I did through that process of buying and overbuying and over leveraging. The third thing was really difficult. It was always being accountable. Because I was a lawyer, I always thought of things as liable, right? Oh, damages, you're to blame. But that just leads you to below the line living, to blame, shame, and justification. I started living my life that I'm accountable for everything in my life. What did I do to attract this to myself? What did I do in the golf course situation or the condo conversion situation or the ski mountain situation or in the job situation? What did I do to attract all of this to myself? And what am I supposed to learn from it? Once again, seeking the light, the love, and the lessons, giving myself forgiveness for not learning the lessons the first time, to having failure, mistakes, and pain in my life, like everybody who is accelerating and growing should. And that led to an inspired life of living in a world of more than enough of everything for everyone, an abundant world of more than enough for everyone.
Wow. That world of just enough certainly describes a lot of people. And I can certainly see that as I can see people looking at that as being a positive. They have just enough, but I can also see the point that you're missing the abundance that is there in the rest of the world, and that if you have the more than enough, that you can then turn around and help even more people than if you have just enough for yourself.
You nailed it, right? Understanding that the more you receive, the more you can give through you, not for you or to you, but through you. So even in sales, for example, I know you have a big sales audience. One of the things I teach people is sell through your customer, right? Through yourself, through your customer, not from yourself to the customer. We sell through the customer, which exponentially accelerates the size, scope, and scale of our pipeline, the efficiencies of our pipeline, and the statistical success of our pipeline, all by selling through people. And this nuance of receiving, most people don't have a problem giving. Most people love to give. Where we really falter is we give too much and we leave ourselves or render ourselves incapable of not only providing to others, but actually providing for ourselves, accelerating, growing, learning, so that the compound interest of what we have can be the benefit of everyone in this world of more than enough.
Yeah, that is powerful.